Happy Thursday, everyone.
Yeah, we're in Allentown?
Bethlehem, PA.
Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Because we had a few things we wanted to do today, including the first thing, which Courtney wanted to do.
Yeah, so yesterday James decided he was going to book to do his go-kart thing.
Yeah.
And I said, you're allowed to do that. I would usually do it with him, but I'm still feeling ever so slightly under the weather and I don't want to risk getting sick. So I said, we're going to do something I want to do in the morning, and then you can have fun with your go-karts.
Yep, and you pick something...
It's weird. Okay, so this area is known for historic industry.
Yeah, steel
mills, fiber and textile mills. And I found that there's a Smithsonian affiliate museum down here called the...
National Museum of Industrial History.
It's right there.
Yeah, so we're going to go in and see some old machines, I guess.
Like humongous, crazy old machines. But I can't wait to show you guys, there's a ton of cool old abandoned buildings here, too.
Yeah, we'll have to shoot.
Humongous, like football fields.
Yep, and
Crazy
they're all,
big.
busted up and old.
Yeah.
We'll drive by.
Yeah.
But for now, Museum of Machines.
Industrial history.
Exciting. It's just electronic.
It's just playing music to set the mood for this.
Oh, we'll show the entrance. We came in from that way.
Yeah.
And then we're in the big room.
The woman at the desk just told us this place was just restored in the past 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was just as dilapidated as all the other buildings around here, which is awesome.
Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is a huge building, and there's multiples like this.
All right, let's get going. Is that not the prettiest little ripsaw? Listen to me. What a pretty ripsaw.
I mean, it is.
With the curved steel cut out and everything. Everything here is just it's such a marvel of craftsmanship.
It's when they used to make machinery pretty.
And these are pedal-powered saws right here. That's really cool. So, James, how much horsepower can you produce?
It says average human can do 1.2 briefly and sustain about 0.1.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. That's pretty fun.
Is that really tiring?
It's a tiny wheel, so it's kind of difficult.
Well, if it was a larger wheel, you'd be able to produce more, just like when you switch gears on a bike.
A trained athlete can produce 2.5 horsepower.
Ooh, let's find out if I'm a trained athlete.
Let's see. All right. Well, you're already cheating because it's already up. You're almost one horse. You're almost
That's
one horse.
really tiring.
Yeah.
That drill press is big enough to put a fist-sized hole straight through your head.
Yeah, that's huge.
And what was it made for?
Um,
Rivet holes and boilers.
and repairing equipment.
Oh my gosh.
It's cool because they show you on all these tools what powered it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some electrical, some
Yeah,
are
this is steam cylinder. This other one is a cylinder head.
This is another drill press, but it's a little smaller.
Pretty cool.
I mean, I say a little smaller, but still, this whole big machine just for that little spot right there.
Mm-hmm. Look at this thing.
Yeah. It's gigantic. We have to go read the plaque for this one. I don't know what it does.
I think it's on the other side.
Okay. So that green thing right over there, which is probably what, 3/4 my height, was an engine that actually operated like streetcars.
It's pretty awesome.
Imagine how big a car had to be for that to power it.
At least as big.
At least it's big. And then here's another engine. This turned the observatory dome, operated the shutter, and powered a dynamo for electric lighting, allowing Princeton students to explore the night sky. This is just an engine for their telescope. An observatory. That's really cool. It's named Otto.
Otto! Like the Simpsons.
That little anvil, it says on it, it's made from the first piece of steel rail that was rolled at Bethlehem Iron Company. First heat of steel blown is October 4th, 1873, and the first steel rail was rolled October 18th, 1873. And look at all these cool old letters. I love like old cursive handwriting. I love all these different styles of structural columns, and it shows you some of the buildings that were built out of them. So we've got the Chrysler Building, Metropolitan Life Tower, Singer Building, Philadelphia City Hall. Whoa, that's cool. Little like clover shapes. And then the Park Row Building. That lattice work, that's pretty cool. And all this was like made here. So these like molds and things. That's wild.
That's why.
This is a giant steel hammer. There's like the anvil area, and that piece would pound down. Look at how tall it is. James, why don't you just sit right there? Why?
It looks like it's cold.
It probably is cold.
Yeah.
Is that why?
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I've never heard of this before in my life, but apparently this is what the locker rooms were.
Yeah, you would.
These chains.
You would lock your chain, and you'd hoist up your stuff
In a
and lock
basket,
it
so nobody could
could
get to
reach
it. That's insane.
That's really silly.
Instead of just what we have now, like lockers, they would just hoist baskets.
Yeah.
They have like little hooks too, so you could like put little towels, you can hang your jacket.
No, that's for bottles of wine.
It is not.
Those are wine holders.
No.
Yep. It was a different time back then. You could drink on the jacket.
They're crazy. So now we're in the silk mill area, and I just learned that child labor was a thing. No, I didn't just learn that. I know it was a thing, but still. The kids would carry around this big heavy wooden tray.
They're called bobbin boys and girls. Bobbin girls. You would have
Bobbin
been a bob.
boys and girls.
Yeah, you would have been a bobbin girl.
Yeah. So just out the window of the renovated building, here's one of the other buildings next to it, and this one was the Carpenter and Pattern Shop. It's crazy. They're trying to renovate all of them eventually, so that's really exciting. To see such a large piece of building get so dilapidated is kind of sad, so it's good to see that they're trying to make something of it. So finally at the other side of this beautiful machine, and I found out it's an old ammonia compressor from a brewery.
Cool.
Ammonia is used in refrigeration in breweries.
Yeah. It was in Baltimore.
100,000 barrels of beer a year.
Nice. How exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
So this really gorgeous building was the executive offices. You can see the plate up here for Bethlehem Steel. This place is remarkable. And then over there are the blast furnaces. There's actually a concert venue that has that like behind it, and they like light it up with colored lights. It's really cool.
We'll have to come back.
And you see the like dilapidated stone, like the exterior walls of an old building. And they're making a display right out here.
A park.
A park that's gonna have like an operating steam engine, and that's just, I love this place. We need to come back.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Because they're still working on it.
Yeah, this was just open like 4 years ago. Something like that.
No, they just started renovating it 4 years ago.
Oh, right.
I think it's like just opened recently.
Yeah. It's very cool.
There he goes. number one. His name is Prix Motors. Bonus points to anybody who gets that reference. He's been trying so hard to get sub 30, but I think he's going to be at that like 30.1 area. So still a really good time.
It is the future. It's way in the future. We are home now. And we forgot to bring, Courtney got some footage on her phone, but we forgot to bring the camera into the go-kart track. And then after that, on our way home, we stopped at like a brewery. That was like a big restaurant brewery place. What was it called? Barley something?
Barley Creek Brewery.
Barley Creek Brewery. And it was right off the highway. And we had some beer. Courtney got this vanilla martini thing. And we just had some grub and then made our way back home. And now we have been sitting on the couch because I know Courtney's tired, but I'm extremely wiped out. Those go-karts, they're fast and they have the like racing seats. They're not just like you go to the carnival and you ride go-karts, right? So a 10-minute race really, really takes a lot out of you. If you're going hard, like if you're driving really hard, if you're just having fun, not so much. But if you're really trying to go for the fastest speed and the fastest time, it wipes you out. And my arms are killing me. I can barely lift them. My back hurts. My legs hurt. It's exhausting. Plus, I was really sweaty and gross. However, I did manage to get in the top 10 for the fastest times for the whole week. Yep. And I've been there once before. We went a few years ago. And since then, they have changed the track layout. So this was a whole new track for me. And on my final session, I got my best time, which just happened to be in the top. I think after the first session, I hit the top 12. I think I was somewhere there. And then by the end of it, because I did 4 races, by the end of it, I was number 9. And it's one thing that I'm actually pretty good at. And if I lose some weight, I'll be even faster. So we're going to have to do that and then go back. But again, like I said, I am very, very tired. My arm is hurting holding the camera. So we are going to take it easy for the rest of the night. We had a super busy day. I hope you had a good Thursday. I don't know if you did a bunch of busy stuff, but take it easy tonight. On me. Otherwise, we'll see you real soon.